What is the obsession? What is the obsession with seeing any of them oiled up? What's up? Hi, my life is chaos. And because my life is chaos, I'm going to record in a chaotic setup. This is not my normal camera. This is not my normal microphone. This is all different to me. And I just need to record something. I did my taxes all day. I have a weird voice because I got sick at Royal Rumble from whoever sticky, icky, goopy goo. So let's answer some questions, just nonchalant. Okay. I'm gonna get comfy. Let's get comfy. Let's get comfortable. If you were to get a wrestling tattoo, what would it be and why? I don't know that I would get a wrestling tattoo. If I were to get anything wrestling related, I probably would get something with some of my friends that I've met in wrestling. And it could be like a microphone, it could be a camera, it could be something that relates to us or like a funny story that we have, but not necessarily a wrestler or like a logo. Oh, that was Brian Baker that asked that. I should probably say their names. Molly Steak 87 asks, what camera do you use when you do your streams and interviews? I have a lot of different cameras. So the camera that I'm recording on right now is a Sony EV10, and then my streaming camera is a Canon EOS M200. I think both of them are discontinued. I have 2 GoPros. I have a Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, and then I have an iPhone 15. So it really just depends on where I'm at and what I'm doing. The most important things when it comes to cameras, in my opinion, are lighting and camera settings. Those are the 2 things that you need to learn about, and lenses. Harrison Dobson 29 asks, do you think that Jay will win at WrestleMania? I don't know. If you watch my videos, you know that that's my answer for everything. I don't know anything. I don't know anything about nothing. Nothing. So I don't know if he will. Do I think that he should? Yes. Do I think that maybe something could happen between now and then that makes it so that the Gunther Jay match doesn't even happen? Yes, because I have PTSD from last year. The Rock could show up and throw at everything. Like, what are the rules? Fozzie Rocks 05 asks, why hairdresser? I'm assuming he's asking why I became a hairdresser. There's not a lot of thought and dream into anything that I ever did. I went to college because everyone told me to, and I didn't know what the hell I was doing. And it turned out that I had undiagnosed ADHD and didn't understand why I couldn't pass classes or get work done. And so I had to drop out because I got put on academic probation. And then I was in mounds and mounds of debt with no degree, and I was an artistic person, but no one would let me go to art school, even though I was expected to go to college without anybody paying for it. So I went to beauty school just because I knew someone that was there. Someone else recommended it to me. It was something that seemed possible for me, and I never saw myself having a 9-to-5 desk job. So that's really it. Kiara Wrestling asks, what are some tips for creating engaging and effective wrestling content? I wish that I had good answers for you. I don't know. All I can tell you is that what I do is I be myself and I talk about what I want to talk about, and I don't pretend to be anybody else, and I don't try to do like what it is I think that I do. I am literal chaos. I am a tornado. I am Matt Hardy tornado. Yeah. I don't know, just be you. There's a lot of wrestling creators out there. Find what will make you stand apart from the rest. A lot of content questions. Erica LA23 asks, what software do you use for your editing? When I edit myself, I use Adobe Premiere Pro 2025. On my phone, I think I use Premiere Rush. Sometimes I use CapCut, but for the most part, I just use Adobe Premiere Pro. I do have an editor. When I utilize him, I'm learning how to do that. Shout out Mike. He's probably going to be editing this one. Pranav08 asks, who does Cena face at WrestleMania? Here's the thing about WrestleMania right now is that there are just way too many avenues. I think we need to get through Chamber, but even then, it's just so unpredictable. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what's going to happen. And I like that. I like that Mania card isn't super predictable. We're just going to have to wait and see what happens. We could have somebody show up last minute. I really don't know what to expect. Magana Jaime asks, it might be Jamie, but what video ideas are you working on for your channel? So I'm in the process of expanding out from just doing wrestling content. Right now I'm working on doing a bunch of wrestling cards, which are currently all scattered about next to me. I'm going to be going to a couple more wrestling events, a couple more conventions. I do plan to be in Vegas the week of WrestleMania. But as far as like getting to expand outside of wrestling, I am going to be going to car shows. I'm going to be going to different conventions. I'm going to be doing more vlog stuff when summertime rolls around. Going to be getting out to the lake. Going to be building a campsite, going to be doing four-wheeling, getting out to festivals, traveling to different places in Michigan, just getting out from behind my desk and getting away from just doing wrestling and finding a way to weave it in when I can. Shiva Unique 3 asks, why don't you wrestle? Get asked this a lot. I don't wrestle because it is a huge sacrifice and it is a lot of work. I had an established career by the time I was 30, and I worked really hard at my career, and I did not really feel like going back to making pennies and traveling and running local circuits when I just wanted stability. I'd never really had stability in my life. So when I found it, I latched onto it. And then I got to my 30s and realized I wanted to chase some dreams. I always wanted to be a YouTuber. I always wanted to be a creative, and making content opened up that door for me. So I don't really have any aspirations to be a wrestler. I know enough of them, and I've worked around enough of them to know that it is a lot of work. It is painstaking. It hurts. And I have all of the respect in the world for them, enough to know that I don't have it in me to do what they do. Brian Lord 9 asks, first wrestler you hated. I always say nowadays, I don't hate anybody, but when I was a kid and didn't, I hated Triple H. I really hated Triple H with every fiber in my being. There are literally 3 questions in a row asking if I'm having children, if I'm planning on having children, all of these things. So what I would like, I've said this on stream before, what I would like to use that question for is to remind people that not everyone is capable of having kids, even if it's like a lifelong dream of them to be a mother. And it could be a question that can cause a lot of anguish if they have tried and can't, or have tried and like researched every avenue and it's not feasible for them. So just be mindful when you're asking people those kinds of questions. Some people don't want to have kids. Some people can't have kids, and that's okay. I think it's admirable for anyone that wants to be a mother and takes on that sacrifice, because it's a huge sacrifice and it changes your entire life. And I think it's admirable for someone that knows that it's too much for them, or thinks that it's too much for them. So right now, I will not be having children, and that's probably as deep in that question as I'll go. Every question is like, so many questions are just about Ricky Starks, Ricky Starks, Ricky Starks. I feel like I should just drop a video right now about Ricky Starks. I'm not answering that right now. The first question is literally from OG Catalyst. Who do you think would oil up first? Mr. Santizap, Conman167, or Sancho West? FBI, open up! What is the obsession? What is the obsession with seeing any of them oiled up? I really worry about you guys, because it's not something that I have any interest in whatsoever, and I don't think that you should either. Are we okay? At ChrisBen02 asks, based on rumored names trademark, what shall Ricky Stark's new name be? And then it has this image. WWE has filed to trademark the following names: Osiris Griffin, Hayes Jameson, Trill London, Harley Riggins, Summer Sorrell, Jax Presley, Mason Holiday, Draco Knox, Tate Wilder, Braxton Cole, Chantel Monroe, and Ariana Bennett. This sounds like the Montessori school down the road from where I work. Are any of these supposed to be him? Are they going to be him? Draco Knox, Braxton Cole. I feel like Braxton is a very Ricky Starks name. Braxton. It's kind of douchey. I love you, Ricky. Braxton? I don't know. Jeremy Michaels at Germ for Life asked, should Conman start streaming NXT after Ricky Stark showed up? Listen, streaming multiple times a week is so hard. Streaming every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, and then all major PLEs, I can't even imagine. And then bro was honestly doing AEW and TNA at the same time. I couldn't. There's no way I couldn't. And people give me shit for not streaming NXT, and I get it, but it's just too much, man. I think you have to know your limits. So let streamers have a break, let them have a break. Wrestling Card Friend at W Card Friend, I think that might be the full name, asked, my favorite wrestling card you own. Well, considering I just started, what do we got over here? Ow. I like Jade. I like Jade Cargill a lot. I don't know where my John Cena went, but the John Cena too. It's a numbered one. Ooh, Callista Hobbs at _11 Callista asked, favorite Girl Scout cookie. There's layers to this. So right off the bat, they've changed the names because they were Samoas, but they're Caramel Delights now with the coconut. They're wafery. They're in a sphere. They have a hole in the middle, and then there's like coconut, caramel, and chocolate on top. Oh my God, so good. But then we have Thin Mints, which are really good either alone, or I like to put them in the freezer. Amazing. I like lemonades. I like peanut butter. What are they? Peanut butter patties? Peanut butter patties? There's so many. I try not to buy them because I don't have self-control and I'll eat an entire box, but if I can like cop 2 off of someone else that has bought them, I love Girl Scout cookies. Jason Martin 926 asked, who is still bucket list to meet in person? John Cena. John Cena, Stone Cold, The Rock. Those are the 3. Georgie 33 asked, first impressions of Santi and Conman. Like online, I don't really remember. Like I don't remember what my first impressions of them were. When did I first find out they were people? When did I first find out they were people? Oh, I never thought Santi was going to get as popular as he did. Now that I think about it, he was on a different podcast and I had more followers than him on TikTok. And then a motherfucker showed up and I was like, oh no, joke's on me. And then Conman, I don't know, I felt like our paths crossed times, but then we didn't like, we never really talked. I don't really remember when we all started like talking. I really don't. Why did we do that? I'm kidding. Why did we break the barrier? Oh, life would be so much easier. I'm kidding. You guys are all fabulous. Okay, I would do more, but I think my voice is going to give out. I've been sleeping better. I've slept really well the last 2 nights in a row, which is why I'm wrapping this up now because I need to go get some sleep. I'm going to have my tea and take my melatonin gummies and lay down. Still getting over the sickness of crud that was passed around at the Royal Rumble. I got to get my taxes done. Yeah, life is chaos. Life is chaos, but I will be back for streaming on Friday and I'm going to try to get some other stuff out throughout the month. I have some cool and exciting news about a live watch along for Elimination Chamber that we should be doing up in Detroit. I'll have more information on that soon and some other cool announcements as well. So as always, thank you all so much for hanging around. If you don't follow me here, please do make sure you're subscribed on Instagram, on Twitter, where I give the most updates in real time about what it is I'm doing. I need to go. Voice is cutting out. Take care, guys. Make good choices. Bye.